It is morning here at Put-in-Bay, Ohio, and beautiful morning, except for all of the mayflies adorning the boat.
Well, Sam got up bright and early this morning only to discover there's hundreds and hundreds of these little flies. We think they're called mayflies. There's a sign all over Put-in-Bay about mayflies, and they are all over our boat. This continues the series on bugs on the Great Loop.
We have planned a early morning departure because there is a front moving in that is going to produce some thunderstorms, so we want to be tied down optimally by about 11 o'clock this morning. So we got about a 25-mile joint to Anchor Point Marina in Curtice, Ohio. That's C-U-R-T-I-C-E. And the wave action looks pretty good this morning. As you can probably see out there, there's just a little bit of wind with those flags flying there, and the wind will pick up later today. So the wind will cause the waves, and we would like to have a much more docile ride today. Really easy getting out of the slip. Hardly any wind. You can see the flag there just kind of waving very slowly. Later we'll pick up some wind as we get out of the harbor here, but just taking it very gingerly, getting out of the slip. In the background you can see the Boardwalk restaurant.
We heard about the Boardwalk from a couple loopers that we met in Cleveland at that marina. So we were anxious to try their famous lobster bisque.
Yeah, we did. We split lobster bisque and a Caesar salad. It was very good. And then it was on a search for a golf cart. And everybody said, hey, you can find golf carts just anywhere. Well, we found a golf cart. There's a range of prices there from $65 to $95. And we stumbled across one that was $40 for 3 hours.
You knew Sam could find a good deal.
So we did that, and we only rode it for a little over maybe 2.5 hours.
Right, but we recommend you do that as well because it is an island and golf cart friendly, and you can go all around the island, even on the inside streets. We saw the whole thing, I think.
Yeah, we did. And where we were docked is pretty much party haven. This is a Thursday night, so not too bad, but I can imagine during a holiday weekend, this place is probably pretty crazy.
Now he's saying that it wasn't bad. It's the loudest music I've ever heard from people right next door to us at a marina ever. So I think I mentioned this in an earlier video. If you value your quiet time, Anchor.
Yeah. So getting out of the harbor there, pretty easy. You can see the sunrise starting to come up in the east.
Heading back out to Lake Erie today. Let's hope we have a more calm day than yesterday. That was a little too much for me. Not too much for the boat, not too much for Sam, just too much for me. Great thing about leaving early is that you're pretty much the only ones up. Everybody else has to sleep.
about midpoint on our journey here to Anchor Point Marina, and out in the distance there, you can see we're picking up a little bit of rain, but out in the distance there is a nuclear power plant at Carver. It's called the Davis-Besse Nuclear Power Plant. And I believe we're about 2 to 3 miles offshore, getting closer all the time. We're getting mild swells kind of hitting us on the port beam, but not uncomfortable at all, not like yesterday or the trip before. So we are estimating about another hour and a half until we are into Anchor Point and docking. We'll take on some fuel there and then dock, and plan to stay 2 nights because of the weather system that's moving in. But we're pretty much through Lake Erie for the most part. We have had a couple really good days on Lake Erie, and Lake Erie can whip up pretty quickly, so we treat it with respect. It's a shallow lake, and the winds will whip it up pretty quick. So once we get to Anchor Point, which is just west of Toledo, we'll just have the very eastern shore to transit up toward the Detroit area. So looking forward to that as this weather system clears. People ask us all the time, what do we do during the transit portion of it? We take care of business, and I try to keep the boat cards organized in this little book here we call boat cards, and we experimented with a couple different ways to do it. People will hand out their boat cards, and the challenge is, as you get all these boat cards, to try to remember where you met people, because you will meet a lot of people. This is our goal loop and into our second loop. Well, what I've done is come up with a way to organize the boat cards on this side, and then I have a template over here that I made, and I will look and I'll see that one is that one. So we met these people at this particular place. A way to do that and allow yourself to write some notes about the folks so that you remember them along the way, and then also you'll be able to, you see them later on the journey, recall where you met them and it's something about them. Way to organize boat cards. All right, getting ready to enter the channel here, and our first order of business is going to be take on some diesel fuel, and then from there we're going to take a look at the slip that they intend to put us in, because there are marinas that are transient friendly, and then there are marinas that are transient capable. This one falls into the category, at least the impression that I get is transient capable. And so trying to get information out of them has really been a challenge. And then there's a backup marina that we have to go in case this falls through with the power situation. They don't have twin 30s and they don't have 50. But another marina I called does, so we are going to kind of just take it slow. Rain's not really due in for 2 hours, so we'll have plenty of time to get fuel and make a decision on what we are going to do. So one of those things where you have to weigh things. Also, there's some shoaling in here, so we've gotten some local knowledge through a person that lives here, and we will just take it slow and go from there. And we're going to get Rev out there soon to rig for a starboard tie at the fuel dock and take on fuel. We are at Anchor Point Marina in Curtice, Ohio. That's Curtice spelled C-U-R-T-I-C-E, Ohio. And it is a boat-aminium, although as you can see they have a few slips for transients, and they were able to accommodate us here. So we are here at the haul out section, and they do have, I'm told, lifts up to 50 tons and a full service marina with qualified mechanics. Also canvas work and that kind of stuff here. So very knowledgeable people here at Anchor Point Marina. And also storage out there for boats that are on the hard for the winter as well. So this is the concept of a boatominium. People buy their docks and then they will build various structures along there. And some people get a little bit more ornate than others, but it's like a homeowners association, but it's a boat owners association, and so they have rules here. One of the features of the marina is a restaurant called the Bilge, and we ate lunch here one day. Sitting here at the Bilge Bar at Anchor Point Marina in Curtice, Ohio. And the winds are still kind of kicking up there, so we decided to stay here an extra day or two, take a look at it. But it's a great marina, kind of off the beaten path, and I kind of like that once in a while. This is a view from the point of the marina and the entrance in here. And as you come into the marina, get ready to come in, get some local knowledge about the shoaling that goes on here. When we came in, it was important to hug the reds. Another great thing about the marina is they have gas and diesel. And the diesel when we came here was pretty competitive for the time of the year. So great amenities here, and also a pool that we were given an option to use. Well, we had a fantastic stay here. We extended our stay due to weather, and we had Captain Richard and his wife Joyce invite us over for captain steaks, which we thoroughly enjoyed getting to know them. We also had our friend Chuck pick us up one day, take us into town, bought us dinner at the airport grill, and also got us to provision. So we're going to leave Anchor Point Marina, but thoroughly enjoyed it here.